haircut. Meow. I don't know where Ace is. Good thing this is the pre-show where we get to start a new chapter, Pet Shop Boys, because everybody loved Garbage so much. That's a joke. Nobody watched it. It's too bad. There's some good kids over there. Dee-dee-dee. Is this thing sideways? I really need a set camera. Ding. And there. That's what I needed. Hey, what happened, Ace?
It wanted to update YouTube in that very moment.
Dong.
Well, I'm here, and we're kind of matching.
Kinda, but you got a shit connection again.
Why?
At least what I can see. It looks like you're bleeding too.
I am. It's a thing that's been there for a few days.
Really?
Yep.
Well, send it home.
Are you scared? There you go.
I think I might have put a Band-Aid or some makeup on that.
It wasn't this red earlier.
There you go. I like that. It's like a Karate Kid thing you got going on.
Here's my jacket. Miss Carpenter's here.
Hi, Miss Carpenter. Hope you
You
can
got,
hear us all right.
you got a red thing on your neck too,
You know what? I wore that Colton's T-shirt,
and
and
it
I
burned
usually,
you.
yeah, I usually have a collared shirt, right? And then every now and then I'll put on a T-shirt, and then this skin here it was like, hey, we like collared shirts, so I
That's
get punished.
yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, right.
And I
Well,
actually have on a iPad this time, so we're golden.
yeah,
Hi.
I don't know why your connection is so bad all the time.
Do you want me to leave and come back?
No, no, I don't know what people are seeing is the problem. Maybe they're seeing it all right, but they'll let us know, right?
Miss
You guys look
Carpenter,
great. Thank you. Is her signal okay? Is the voice matching? Can you hear her?
tell me what's up. I can pull it up on here.
Oh, you like the tuxedo thumbnail.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I
Any
worked very.
idea any idea what that's an homage to?
Mm.
I know you do, because I sent you what it was.
So far I'm looking fine on the feed.
All right, maybe it's my phone or whatever it is. I'll just have to live with whatever's going on.
I can't tell the audio, but
I can hear you just fine, but on my screen, it's not matching, and you keep popping in and out. Actually, is correct.
yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off so I can pull my news up. All right, I'm jamming. What's
But
up?
anyway, as I was saying, it's March 1st, and you know what happens in March, yes? Audio's good. That's fantastic.
St. Patty's Day?
Yep. So I put on green, and then it looks like you put on a green gi.
I was wearing this tank top. It was kind of professional looking, and then I threw this jacket on because I got cold.
So a professional tank top. I like that.
Yeah, because I got it from a teacher, remember?
Well, you've opened up a whole new category.
It's about 1,000 degrees at that job fair. Most people weren't even dressed up as me.
Why was it 1,000 degrees? It's not that hot today.
Well, because there's so many crammed into a small space.
Hmm,
Facts.
okay. I think I
I'm
might have
fan.
left.
I needed to go. I needed to hand out my resume to all the schools.
It is nippy. Oh, we don't need that kind of talk.
Uh oh.
Actually, outside here, it's got some wind, so it's a nice little cool breeze. But are you excited? We've got a whole new chapter today.
It's exciting.
And this is a massive chapter.
Big. There was already 24 songs on the playlist you made.
Right, because it's the further listening, and I have all of those further listening. So they're like the complete era crammed onto a set. And I think I ran out of time to check this, but after this record, like a year later, they put out an album called Disco,
Mhm.
which was just these kind of songs remixed
Mhm.
and a couple of B-sides on there. I think they've taken disco and just put it on this.
And that coincides with your playlist?
Yeah, so this is further listening. I think that's what it is. So I don't think we have to mention disco or talk
Okay.
about it because I think it's all on here. So if
Most
you
of my
listen to the playlist, you can get it. I don't
most of
know.
my extended versions of songs was just no. So,
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I don't think we have to really discuss those. I just put them on there, and then all of the B-sides are here too. So I thought, let's just do
mhm.
it that way, right?
Yeah, I've got some notes on real things
And you're going to that's going to be a recurring theme because I my recollection is all of their albums up until the
here.
last two are all further listening now.
Hi, Tammy.
Hey
Tammy.
Tammy, PSB fan or PB&J fan or both? That's a sandwich joke.
Oh, hot, hot. That was me
Boy,
laughing.
I'm glad that's empty now.
Yeah, that's why I went for one last chug.
Mhm.
So far, you've just been mean to me on this call. What's up?
It's not mean. You know what? I've had an aggravating 48 hours up
You know,
until you just messaged me and I forgot we were even doing this
oh, we could have canceled.
because well, I don't like to cancel. I like to be here at 1 o'clock.
Mhm.
But I just forgot because I've been so busy with all those Star Trek tapes.
Mhm.
I finally got that done. And then to make some room, I needed to get rid of some of these tennis shoes. So I was putting those up for sale.
Mhm.
And then you wrote, and I'm like, oh, I better get moving. So here we are. And I can talk about it because whatever. So why don't we start?
Okay.
Hello, Laser Brain. That's how we start this show.
Hello, Laser Brain.
Tell me about the Pet Shop Boys debut album entitled Please. And by that I mean the first track is 2 divided by 0. What did you think about that?
You play these in the car a lot.
I do like a lot of these. You don't hear all of them though.
There's plenty of them though that I'm like, I heard this 1,000 times. I said, really jammin', great start to the album. Love the guitar, it's outstanding. And they have one that this is not my right notes.
Right,
Use
because
me.
like what guitar is in there?
Yeah, for some reason my garbage notes got pulled up. Very
Ah.
I said, I love this song. It's a weird one to dance along to, but I hear it in the car a lot and I think it's grooving.
What did you think
Divide.
of the what did you think of the speak and spell?
I don't know what you're saying.
2 divided by 0, 0.
One. It's great.
I don't think we're communicating. The noise that's being made there is from a toy called Speak and Spell.
Yeah, how would I know that?
Well, I said, how did you like the Speak and Spell?
I if you say how do I like the speaking spell I've heard of, how can I tell you?
Yeah, you probably didn't have a Speak and Spell. You certainly had a Orange.
That was a Elmo fire truck.
No, that Elmo fire truck is Hafu Fi Fluffy.
Hafu Fi Fuffy. Orange
The
was and that was the book Mickey had, so nothing to do with me.
right, it was like a color computer. I'm having the toughest time hearing you because you keep blanking out, but everybody says you sound fine, so I'll have to deal with it.
Okay.
So I could probably say every one of these songs on this album is great. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't think there's a stinker here.
I disagree, but yeah.
I really like this one. I like everything about it. I don't know what I can add to it other than I told you it was a speak and spell. What did I say? Speak and say? Speak and spell.
I think
But
that's what you
I
said.
told you I'm frazzled.
Yeah. We don't have to do the show if you don't want to.
You think we should stop it right now with only one song done?
Why not? Who's gonna
I think I think I'll chug ahead.
Okay.
That doesn't
You
make
ready
any
for
sense. Yeah, go ahead, fire away. Why don't you lead this and then I'll just give you my thoughts.
well, the problem is I don't know what the songs are. I just have the list, remember?
Oh, all right. Well, so the Probably the most well-known Pet Shop Boys tune, West End Girls.
Yeah, even, my roommate heard about that one, even when
Right.
I didn't at all. Everybody this is the Hungry Like the Wolf.
You cannot escape this song.
Exactly. Um, and I just said this as a blanket statement for all the songs, which made me think of this song. I think it goes without saying you're gonna hear a lot of good synth on this album. And I
Yeah,
said
because that
it has a great bass, the
right,
song.
because it's all synth pop.
Exactly. Like we're getting a lot of great noises. I can't say that to every song, so I'm doing a blanket statement. I'm saying we're good synth on the notes.
And so basically you've got Chris Lowe does all of the music, most,
Mhm.
Neil whatever. A lot of I look at it as Chris is the uh playing the music and Neil is singing and writing the lyrics. And you know how I feel about singers who write their own lyrics.
Love it.
I do love it. Now, does he have the best voice technically that I've ever heard? No, but he's got a very distinct voice that I like. And his lyrics are up there with they're world class. Let me put it that way. I can't think of one song he's written that's fluff.
Yeah, I think so. At least from what I've heard so far.
Everything is almost a dissertation
Mhm.
played to music, which makes sense because he was a writer.
Mhm.
And you probably don't remember Star Hits magazine because it
Nope.
died before you were born, but it was an important music magazine. And he would go around and interview people in the music world and then decided to become a musician. And
Mhm.
by chance met Chris Lowe in a electronics store and they started talking about music and synthesizers and stuff like that. And there you go.
Well, that's history.
And why are they the Pet Shop Boys? They had some friends that worked in a pet shop, and they always referred to them as the Pet Shop Boys.
So they just took that over.
They took it, I thought, well, you know what? That'd be a good name. And they're
Yeah.
right. It's just, again, distinctive.
Mhm.
There's only
He
one thing you think of when you think of Pet Shop Boys.
Mhm.
Okay, so West End Girls, they tried this one. There is a weird version of this I didn't put on here that was made like a year prior. And there's
Mhm.
also a version where that producer mixed in Corey Hart's "Sunglasses at Night" into the song.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty weird and not great.
No, I love it. It's great already.
So they demoed that around and it didn't get much traction, and then another producer got a hold of it, changed the chords, and then that's the song you hear
Mhm.
that became a big deal.
Mhm.
Not the first Pet Shop Boys song I ever heard.
What was the first one you ever heard?
The next one, "Opportunities,"
Yeah, that is a really good one.
isn't it?
Yeah, I wrote this one's got some groove. I had to stop myself from hopping along to the bop. I love the lyrics on this one, very catchy and quotable.
Yeah,
Get it?
very, very 80s and very funny.
Yeah,
I find most of his songs funny.
I think so. I think
There's always a little devilish nonsense in there.
a little bit of humor.
There's always something. Maybe when we get to one there isn't, but whatever.
Is.
Opportunities, yeah, that's the first one I heard. I had a cassette single, and the
Mhm.
reason I put these remixes on there is because one of those remixes is the only version I had, and didn't even know that the studio song starts out different than the
Ooh,
remix.
fancy.
So when I got the album, I was surprised to hear that. It was quite a while. And it had on the B side, "Was That What It Was?" That's on here, right? Somewhere?
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell. Sounds like a no.
Yeah, there it is, number 10 on disc 2. "Was That What It Was?"
Oh, okay.
Very influential
Mhm.
for my music writing.
Yeah. What do you do
If you
from it?
listen to that song,
Mhm.
I can never quite get that out of my head.
Just always in there.
Yep. So Opportunities, another big single for them. Um, Probably no one you're gonna run in who doesn't know that song either.
Mhm.
That one is everywhere, and it was on a game show about 10 years ago too, where people were trying to win money.
Yeah, so that's just like
Right,
pri
so it probably got a reshove during that time.
probably. That sounds like it makes sense.
So, and then we got another banger, "Love Comes Quickly." What did you think of that?
That's pretty good. I didn't have a lot to say. I was just with the ones I really like, is not a lot to say. I'm learning.
Uh-huh.
I love the nice voice. I can't help listening to the lyrics, and they are very lovely. So, I don't normally listen to the lyrics, really. I just
Right,
like
yeah.
the
I don't know
vibes.
why that is.
I don't care.
That's strange. I know, some people are like that. I find that so strange.
Live with it.
I know, I guess I'll have to live with it, but I
You're
don't
good.
think a song can be truly great without lyrics that are good. For me, that's the little magic extra to a song that makes it good.
Depends on what the lyrics are. They gotta wow me.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I
Okay.
think the lyrics for that one are pretty good.
Okay.
And then here comes another hit,
Another bang.
Suburbia.
Yeah, this is the first one that breaks away from what we've been listening to style wise and lyric wise. But I really enjoy this one a lot. I think it might be the best one so far.
Wow. Well, a
Yeah,
lot of people agree with you
yeah, Suburbia.
because I remember when this came out, and by this point, it was a super big deal.
Mhm.
And what I mean by that is everybody was singing it and knew what it was. Anybody with
Yeah.
any taste.
Was that a single or no?
Yep, absolutely. This whole thing is singles. West End Girls, Opportunities, Love Comes Quickly, Suburbia.
So are we just allowed to pick whatever, or
What do you mean?
we do our list at the end,
Yeah, I mean, you pick your best, so that you can pick a single.
but you
The
can't
only
pick a.
the only thing that can't be a single is the what's your sleeper?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you wanted to pick it, you could. It's just kind of a weird thing, right?
Yeah, I get you.
So after Suburbia, you've got Opportunities, and it's a reprise, which
Which
is
is
just sort of other pieces of the song that you don't that are way down in the mix and they're brought up and sort of there.
nah,
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be like Big Thing has those little interludes.
nah.
All right, well, it's not supposed to be judged on a song on its own. It's just a little snippet.
Okay.
Tonight is Forever.
Tonight is forever. This is the first one I was kind of met on. It's a great song,
Wow.
a lot of repetition, and it's not as good as the others.
You didn't like the sort of music box bit?
I mean, I didn't say it was bad.
The horn.
I just said out of what we've heard so far, I was
Mhm.
indignant.
Wow, I'm surprised by that. I think this is a really good song.
Sorry. Well, marry it then.
Maybe. Put a pin in
Maybe.
that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, again, I mean, I like the music to it, and I like the words, and I like the rhythm, the way it pulls the song forward. This song to me has constant motion.
We love motion.
All right. Well, what did you think of Violence?
This one is a vibe for sure. That's the term you used. This one's a
Hmm.
vibe. But I said it's a little too artsy for me. It's fine.
It is kind of artsy.
Yeah, well, and that's why I said it's fine.
When you get further down the road, they did a different version of this song.
Mhm.
So you'll get to hear another version of this song. I think probably a squeak
Great.
better version. Yeah, Violence. I mean, what can you say about it, right? It's
Violence.
it's sort of their war. What is it good for?
Yeah.
But it's beautifully sung, and the
Yeah.
lyrics are very good too. And you got a very unique sounding song. You could say that about this is one of those few albums for me that you can listen to every song because usually there's some turkeys on an album. This is one
Mhm.
you could just play the whole thing, for me anyway, even the B-sides. But I'm a big PSB fan. They're probably my number 2.
Yeah, I expected as much with how much you spent getting that one thing framed.
Yeah, that was just because it's limited edition.
Yeah, it's very fancy.
And listen, it's the right sort of mystery cool, right? Because the guy who was framing it didn't even understand what was going on. So the next one, gosh, this writing is so small. I want a lover.
So, this is gonna say something pretty shocking.
Okay.
I think I like the instrumental bits a little bit more than the lyrics for once. I could probably listen to an instrumental of this and be happy.
You might be right about that.
Just saying.
But isn't this the one, I want a lover tonight? But then he sort of goes into this sort of story, right? That's the one that he goes into a story.
That's fine. It's just I was saying I really enjoyed the
We'll catch
instrumental.
a cab and soon be driving home. No need to look so shy. I don't know. This is a better song than I thought. Once I know that bit, I
Yeah,
like this one. I
I
think you're right though. The chorus is a pinch weak,
yeah, I like the instrumental though. It's great.
and yeah, of course you get the car noise too. Did you remember
Yeah,
that? Wow.
I love good car noise.
Yeah, again, it's another Neil sort of story. He's
Mhm.
writing you a little story in song.
I like a fun story.
So big thumbs up for me on that one.
I'll
What
give it a
about what about later tonight?
too slow and too sad for the vibe right now. I'm looking to bring it, so I gotta be in a special mood for this.
It looks like Miss Carpenter is a West End Girls fan. Yeah, I think everybody in the world is.
Yeah, I don't
Unless,
know.
unless they have an irrational hate of the Pet Shop Boys.
More cowbell.
All right. So, what
Yeah,
did you think of Later Tonight? That's the sort
later.
of slow piano one.
That's what I already said. My notes.
Oh, did you? I was reading the chat. Read them
Um,
again.
too slow and too sad for the vibe right now. I'm looking to bring it, so I gotta be in a special mood for this.
Hmm.
What, you love this?
Well, I love them all.
I love all of.
You just don't like the slower ones, I think.
Yeah, and this one was just, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it when I was listening to it. This was a few days ago I heard this one, but
Yeah, and
uh,
this is more like a piano bar sort of song.
which at the time I was probably looking to something to uplift me before class.
Right. Well, so Neil does a lot of these. These kind of slower ones are like this, and then the sort of faster ones are like those. He really only has like 2 or 3 templates
Mhm.
that they sort of go, and this is the slow stuff, and I like both of them. I like the
Mhm.
fast and the slow. So, what did you think of Why Don't We Live Together?
This one is underrated. I really like the instruments and lyric. It is good for dancing or just chilling. Makes me think of NSP, but a more serious song.
And what did you think of the remix if you listen to it?
I listened to it, just not very long.
Uh-huh. You don't
I'm
like extended mixes, do you?
don't, not even a little. I don't know why you put so many on here.
Well, because you don't have to listen to them.
I skim.
It's a completionist thing. If you have them available, you should put it on there. I mean, mainly the B-sides are there. I don't usually do extended versions, but theirs are so good that you sort of have to pay attention to them. So that's the album proper. Um, Now we'll move into sort of the weirder stuff, B-sides,
Mhm.
and then of course there's these mixes.
Mhm.
A Man Could Get Arrested. What did you think of that?
I said no thanks.
Yeah. You didn't like that one, huh?
No.
Yeah, I would say that one's lower on the list, but for me, there are moments in that song that redeem it.
No, I don't agree.
You
that
didn't
one
like it at all.
that one was a hard listen.
Mm. Well, it's a B-side. I can understand that a little bit. But what about In the Night?
Was this the an extended one?
No, it's a regular single one. There is an extended version on here too, I think. Disco had an extended version of In the Night.
It was in the night.
This is just the single version on here.
Yeah, because man could not get arrested is no thank you, which I remember that.
In the Night is what we're on.
Is your thing in a different order than the playlist you gave?
I don't know. It's not supposed to be. I've got
Well,
In the Night is number 3.
you gotta okay. We're not on the same. That's fine.
Perhaps
Um,
not, but what do you think of In the Night?
I said it needs to be baked more.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I disagree with that. This is probably one of their best B-sides. This one really has a great groove,
Mhm.
and it's about the French Resistance.
It's just I didn't say it was bad. I just wanted more from it.
That Zazu, he sleeps all day. Dark
Yeah.
glasses, long hair. And when the
So
flags are out, all he cares about is love.
you're
Come on, that's
harping.
great stuff.
That's not how you appeal to me.
I know. I think you're soulless.
Thank you.
Well, it's just an observation.
Yeah.
Okay, so In the Night, not for you. I'm surprised by that one. That was sort of the highlight of the disco record, I remember.
Sorry. I just work here.
A lot of cool noises too.
Mhm.
What did you think of A Man Could Get Arrested?
A man could get arrested. Let's
That's number 7 for me.
number 7. Oh, are you skipping around?
I'm oh yeah, I'm not doing mixes.
Oh.
So you look at In the Night, and then there's a bunch of mixes, and then the next one is A Man Could Get Arrested.
Yeah, it's just the problem is you gave me all the mixes, so I wrote notes on them too.
Okay, well, I would love to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and burn through a couple of mixes until you get to A Man Could Get Arrested.
I didn't like the dance mixes.
Well, then why discuss them if you hated them all?
It messes with just my list in general.
Mhm.
So I said this one was a little fun. I think it's higher up on the B sides for me, but it's not the best I've seen so far, which I think is an obvious
Mhm.
assumption.
See,
You
yeah,
know,
see, I would put this below In the Night. Why do we have A Man Could Get Arrested and A Man Can Get Arrested? I just saw that.
is there a remix?
That's the problem.
Is that why you're confusing me so much?
7-inch B-side and a 12-inch B-side. So that's my mistake. I didn't realize it was on here twice.
It is, yeah, 7-inch, 12-inch.
Oh, and listen to this. Love Comes Quickly disco mix. That's my impression disco mix.
Yep.
So they did incorporate some of the disco record on
Oh, they're
here.
here.
So then let's talk about Was That What It Was?
Was that what it was? That is okay. I'm figuring out what happened.
Was that
Uh,
what it was?
really
Is
nice. Sound,
that what it was?
really nice. Sounds like it could be on the main album with the vibe and the music in the right place. Big fan of this compared to the hot garbage I've been exposed to.
Wow. Hot
After all,
garbage. What is
that's all.
that? NSP?
No, I said all the dance mixes because I just at this point I listened to like 5 of them, and then I finally got this song, and I was digging it.
Hi, Fawn. How you doing? Um, okay. I really like that, but that was because I only had 2 Pet Shop Boys songs at the time,
Mhm.
and it was a cassette tape in my car, so I heard that a million times. I like all of the different, things that happen in the song as the song is going along. A lot of experimental sounds and music, so I really like that one.
Yeah, but it still matched the vibe of the album, which is always great.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is all of these songs were written and most of the next album was written all at the same time. And so
Mhm.
they tried to take the album and split it down the middle.
Mhm.
So by the time that they were ready to actually debut, they had 2 records ready to go.
Mhm.
We're doing good. We're near the end here, Fawn,
We're doing good.
because we're talking about Jack the Lad.
I didn't like this one.
I don't really love this one either.
I did not love this one.
I find this one a little bit boring,
I agree.
and I don't understand the song, so,
Me neither. Oh my god, we're finally on the same page about something.
maybe it was somebody he knew or whatever.
Yeah, it's an inside joke we're not involved in.
I guess
So I'm
so. I could
gonna do.
probably I could probably look at the liner notes about it, but I can't read them because the writing is so small.
Okay.
Alright, so Panty Narrow.
That's a great song.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, 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 oh.
And did you
Yeah.
notice Chris does most of the quote unquote singing on this one with just a little bit of Neil saying Panty Narrow.
Canyonero. I always thought it said Canyonero.
Well,
Like,
you're thinking of The Simpsons.
I know.
So Panty Narrow were these guys in Italy who dressed up in super fancy clothes.
Mhm.
And when they were in Italy or magazines or whatever, I can't remember how they found out about them, but then they wrote a song about it. So that's why you get all of those sort of vapid lyrics about Armani,
Mhm.
Versace.
That's great stuff, man. For a 8-minute song, I really appreciated that one.
Yeah. Well, because the sound is so good.
I know. Was
And then
that
you
a
get those. I don't know that that was a single.
okay.
It certainly wasn't a single at the time of this record,
Okay. Weird.
but it should have been, right? And it's a fan favorite. I know people talk about it,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think it was a single. Certainly not for this album anyway.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. I got
Because the first time I heard it, it was on the disco record.
you're a big disco guy.
No,
I
it's
was
just disco was the name of that record.
I was doing that.
Really, it was just a mostly 12-inch singles record. You were supposed to sort of listen to it all at once, sort of at a party or something. 'Cause
Oh,
my
okay.
my recollection is all the songs bled into the next one.
Mhm.
Well, that's that we talked about every song now, so now it's time to talk about the list.
The
What's
list.
the best song out of all these songs we just talked about?
That's gonna be a hard one. I'm gonna go Suburbia.
Yep, that's your favorite, huh?
That's my favorite on this album.
All right, I'm gonna shock you.
With
Tonight is Forever is my favorite song on this
You
record.
know, Forever, that's fine.
I think it's great. I know you're supposed to say West End Girls, and it is a world-class song, but
Yeah.
if you want my favorite on this record, it's that one.
Mhm.
And that's what this is. It's not what is the best song, it's which one is your favorite.
That's funny, that was the first one I'm kinda met on.
Hey,
Is your favorite.
Tammy's back.
Hi, Tammy.
Yeah, I know, that's why I thought it was funny when you said that. Well, what song didn't you like?
Oh, there was a few, definitely. I gotta pick which one, though.
Well,
Um,
Tom Baker likes the Pet Shop Boys.
woo! Ooh, this is hard. There was, like, a few I felt very strongly on.
It's between 2 for me, and so I think I know.
I think Violence.
Wow, really?
Yeah, why not?
That's shocking.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. That's the one I said was too artsy, right?
Yeah, it was more, like, that version is more like Piano Bar.
Yeah, it's just I wasn't in the mood. I could listen to this again and feel differently. I just wasn't in the mood for that.
I get that. Sometimes listening to a record, that's why you should try to listen to it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I tried, but there was 24. I thought I had to listen to all of these, so there was 24 songs I had to listen to.
Yeah, well, in the future, I'll highlight if there's a mix you just absolutely have to have. But when you make these playlists, they had the further listening. They were all put together, so I didn't have to stitch them together. And all of them, in my opinion, are worthy to listen to.
Meh,
But for the purposes of this discussion,
not gonna work
there,
out.
yeah, there's no need to listen to all those mixes. But
Yeah, I just need the list of songs that we're gonna talk about, really.
I like the mixes.
I don't.
Okay, well, you want my worst?
Yeah, what's your worst?
I'm gonna go Jack the Lad.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't very good. I
Yeah.
I probably could have been between Jack the Lad and that piano bar one, or Violence, you
Yeah, I
know?
see. I sort of like violence, so that's weird for me.
You said you didn't like Violence much either.
No, I like violence. I like the
Oh,
newer version a little better, but I like violence. I like the
uh,
slow ones too. Remember,
don't take that out of context.
I like to listen to them and mellow out.
I'm not a mellow kind of guy.
I'm gonna try to mellow out.
I ain't mellow at all.
Well, if you had to pull one of these out of here and say, you know what, this is a sleeper. It's not a single. It may not get that much attention, but you must listen to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, Tom, we're discussing Please, the first record.
Was that what it was?
Was that what it was? Is that what it was? That's a good pick.
That's my sleeper.
I think that's an excellent pick because there's so much musically going on there that
Mhm. There
people should
were
not ignore that.
a few things I marked as a potential sleeper, and that was the one I liked the most, I think.
Great pick.
Okay, thank you. Give me an award.
I don't even see anything that would be award worthy here.
Oh, great.
I just got an absolute mess. Do you know they only put one episode of that show per tape?
That's really funny.
Right. Because back in the day, they would sell you one a month for 20 or $25
Mhm.
plus shipping. And if they put two episodes on the tape, they
They
couldn't
l
sell you an extra tape. So they were selling you 79 tapes.
I remember the Voyager tape had 2 episodes on each one.
Because by that time, people weren't putting up with it.
Yeah. That was the best we had.
Great B-sides too, yeah, and that's gonna be a recurring theme, Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker.
There's rarely is there a Pet Shop Boys song I don't like, period. Like even
Mhm.
Jack the Lad, I like a little.
Uh,
We'll get to
I
some that I just have no use for,
Mhm.
but it's rare. And sometimes the B-sides are as good or better than what songs that made it up on the album.
I don't know, it's a pretty good starting album in my opinion.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And this was 1985,
Pretty good.
and we just got another record like 2 years ago,
Yeah, they're on it, man.
weren't they?
I remember that album was pretty good.
It's alright.
Yeah, it was
But it's not
good.
my favorite. I thought the Hot Spot, the one before that, was better.
Oh, well, marry it. Which one was
Mm.
Monkey?
Hot Spot,
That's the best.
right. So what am I doing?
Sleeper.
My sleeper, I'm gonna say Panty Narrow.
Is that a sleeper?
Well, it's not a single, and
Oh, yeah.
this is, this the sleeper is for the Surface fan.
Mhm.
The Surface fan is gonna go right to West End Girls,
Yep.
possibly Opportunities. They may hit
Mhm.
on Suburbia.
Maybe.
Doubtful they'll get to Panty Narrow. And they probably wouldn't even have this further listening disc because these cost more.
Yeah.
Although nobody buys CDs anymore, they listen to it on streaming.
True dat.
And now you can listen to it for free. That list I put up, anybody can listen to that for free.
Exactly. You're doing the community a service.
Well, I would like to get some discussions started. You didn't happen to see that big argument in the White House yesterday, did you?
I saw clips of it, yeah.
Do you believe that?
It's pretty hardcore.
I sat there with my mouth open. I was like, what reality is this?
Yeah, that was pretty wild stuff, man.
That stuff was shocking to me. I've been around a lot longer than you have. I've never seen anything that crazy. Bonkers. You know what I mean?
Bonkers.
All right, well, unless anybody else out there wants to give their favorites or least favorites, I think that's it.
Usually they don't like to play along, they just like to be here for the ride.
Well, Tom might have some thoughts. He seems to be a Pet Shop Boys fan.
Mhm. Can
We
you
will
never
see. And then we'll have to do something tomorrow at 1, right?
We do?
We usually do.
Okay, what do you wanna do?
We usually do a movie or a TV show.
Okay,
Remember?
what do you want
I don't know.
what
What
do you
would you like
got?
to discuss? What did we watch?
What did we watch? We finished up Dexter.
All right, we could talk about the finale and how great that was.
Yeah, it would be a spoiler one, though.
Well, everything's a spoiler, right?
I hope you know I did finally start rewatching Dexter, and I've gotten through a couple episodes now, like, I'm on my groove.
Look at you. You're tearing it up, huh?
I know, it's a great show, and even Sea Dog's starting to get invested, so
Oh, well, there you go. And
that's
that
how I
first season's a good season.
yeah, I just start putting it on in the background, and suddenly everybody's watching all of a sudden.
Interesting.
Very.
I like the sound of that.
Me
I'm
too.
trying to think. And we did watch Operation Annihilate. We could certainly discuss that.
What was that?
That was those weird squid monsters were taking people's brains, and Kirk's brother died.
Oh, you mean the episode. Okay, yeah. We could do that one. I thought
And
you were
here,
talking about something, like, I don't think I've ever seen that with you.
right, we watched that. And here's a news flash hot tip.
Mhm.
I just saw on Peacock.
They have a Star Trek channel?
They No, that's Paramount. They
Oh.
have Nosferatu.
Ooh, nice.
You can just stream it for free.
Mhm.
And that the Pope one. Oh shit, I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know that one either.
Something with a C.
Mhm.
I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know.
Conclave.
Never even heard of it.
Well, it could win an award tomorrow night, so you might want to dial in. I don't really like those kind of movies, but the main actor in that is really good.
Mhm.
In most anything he does, he elevates the material. So you might get me to watch that, but I'd rather see Nosferatu first.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that. Maybe we'll have to at some point.
And the Red Letter Media boys put out a video yesterday or the day before about some weird movie they saw. And they said it was so good they had to do a special about it. So I got to track that down.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right.
Until then,
Well,
we'll just have TV tomorrow. Maybe next week will be more interesting if we get that nailed down.
what get what nailed down?
Watching something new and interesting.
Oh, well, I mean, Operation Annihilate to me is interesting.
Well, yeah, but some people aren't into that. I'm talking like newer stuff. If you say there's that Red Letter Media show or there's no
Hmm.
Spur, maybe by then I'll have watched it and we can talk about it.
Okay. Well,
That's
you
all
can go
I'm.
to Peacock and watch Nosferatu tonight.
It's not happening tonight. I have company.
They don't like Nosferatu?
We're probably just chilling, man. I
Well,
could suggest.
you know what the new thing for 2025 is? Chill to Nosferatu.
Okay. I'm not gonna bully anybody. I'm gonna invite them and we'll see what happens.
Say, hey, does anybody want to eat? Okay, start looking at the screen.
Nah.
Yeah, up to you. I have to wait for my roommate, so I don't get to watch it.
See? So why are you having me rush to watch it?
My roommate puts reserves on everything she's ever heard of.
I know.
Oh, nuts.
Aw, nuts.
And now she's pushing for I think the Pet Shop could have made a James Bond song. They did make a James Bond song, and it was for I want to say it's for The Living Daylights. Yeah, I think that's right. It was one of those Timothy Dalton ones, but I think it was The Living Daylights. And that song got rejected and it became um This Must Be the Place I've Waited Years to Leave, and that's off the Behavior record. So if you listen to that, I've got that demo somewhere around of their James Bond theme, of which Neil does not want you listening to. And anytime anybody brings it up, he tells them that they have that illegally and should get rid of it.
Great.
Like people listening to that James Bond theme.
That sounds fun.
But I mean, if you don't get it, that's kind of smart to repurpose it, right?
Yeah, that is pretty good.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for showing up, including myself, because it didn't look like that was going to happen. Good thing you sent a message. I would have forgot.
Yeah, it seemed like it was getting awfully close.
Now, after this, I'm going to go decompose.
Me too.
That's how tired I am.
Me too.
I have out of gas.
I went to a job thing for like hours, and then I worked on my presentation for Monday for hours, and then now I'm here, and now I need to go lay down.
I'm surprised they were able to get you up on a Saturday morning.
I know. Well, the other interns were like, "Hey, we should go," and I'm like, "Okay,
Well, considering my accomplishments, Mr. Baker, that's probably going to have to be etched on my tombstone.
okay,
Had four on the floor early.
yep, I'll make sure that happens.
I was happy back then.
I'll put that first thing, even above your name."
Look at this. This came in. The boat. Oh,
Woof,
God. Why is everything backwards on there? Woof.
you're-
Das Boot.
woof.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow with some kind of show at around 1 o'clock. And let's see if I know how to turn this thing off. Whee!